was going to be when I got my bicycle for Christmas, and this wasn't like 8, 9 years old getting your first bicycle. This was my adult bicycle. I got this when I was 20. I was still living with my family. So Christmas rolls around, and right before Christmas, I started getting motivated to lose weight because I was fat, obese most of my adult life. I mean, I was only skinny for about a year. So I was always, constantly trying to lose weight and failing. But I figured, all right, I was really motivated around I guess Halloween time, October, November. So I kept talking about I'm going to get a bicycle. When it gets warm out, I'm going to start riding a bike because where I live, and even where my parents lived at the time, it's just really far from everything. So if you want to walk to the store, you can. It's like 10 miles. So, it's a big pain. But I figured, hey, if I got a bike, it's great motivation. As I get more fit, I can ride my bike to the store. I can, do all kinds of things and get around with the bike. So it kind of got stuck in my dad's head, like, oh, it'd be cool to get him a bike for Christmas. So Christmas rolls around, and we have like a spare room or a family room. And you guys probably seen it in the videos. Actually, one of my Zippo trick videos, there's a bar that I built with my father. So what happened was when we got the house, it was a garage that was converted into a room, a family room or den or a second living room, whatever. And we didn't really hang out there that much as a family. So my dad figured, screw it, I'll build a bar and I'll hang out there with my mother. My father and my mother will be there, and they were like adult time. So I helped my dad build the bar. Came out awesome. Put a TV in there. And even though there was a bar in there, we all started hanging out in there a lot as a family, watching TV and spending time. And at Christmas, that's where we put our Christmas tree, was in that spare room. So Christmas morning, I'm 20 years old. We did all the presents, and it was all done with. But I didn't get the bike yet. My dad had hid the bike behind the bar because it was big enough to hide it from sight. So when we're all done with presents and everything, my dad's like, oh, what's back there? What's behind the bar? And he's talking to me, and I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, I think I see something behind the bar. Jeff, go check it out. So I'm like, all right. I went behind the bar, didn't know what was going on, and saw the bike there. So I'm like, oh, awesome. This is great. Springtime rolls around. I'm going to start riding my bike everywhere. Start losing weight. It's going to be great. So my dad goes, all right, let's go try it out. On Christmas morning, it's probably 15 degrees outside, extremely windy. I'll never forget how just bone-chilling windy it was, And there was snow all over the ground. There's probably a foot of snow, all over. The roads were, at that point, they were plowed and everything, but it was still pretty slick, some ice patches and stuff. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, Dad, maybe, next week. He's like, oh, come on, let's try it. I want to make sure it's the right size, because you have to, of course, have the right height and everything, and adjust the seat and all that stuff, and the handlebars. So I'm like, all right, fine, let's go check it out. So, convinces me to get dressed and go outside, Christmas Day, freezing, extremely windy, to go try my bike. So, the road that we're on is basically, it's flat in front of the house, but then it becomes a really big hill. So I'm out there on the bike, all bundled up, because I'm freezing. So I have 3 pairs of pants on, 3 shirts, a jacket, a hat, gloves, the whole thing. And my dad's out there with me, and I'm trying to ride the bike in the road. And something was wrong with it. I couldn't really tell what it was. I thought maybe there was a flat tire, because I felt like as I was riding it, I felt like a in the tire. So I figured, all right, maybe the air pressure's low or it's flat or something. I couldn't really tell because everything's covered in snow. I'm riding in snow, so the wheels and everything's just covered in snow. So I'm riding back and forth a little bit, and I'm kind of struggling. It looks like I don't know how to ride the bike because I'm slipping in the ice and the snow and the tires flat or whatever it was. It turned out there's actually a bent rim. And it's not because I'm fat. I know people say, oh, you broke the bike. No, it was just bent from, I think my dad got it at Walmart. So he didn't know it was bent, of course. But that's why I was having that problem. So there's this lady walking by, okay, taking her dogs for a walk for Christmas Day. And it was nice and serene and quiet, and there was a little bit of snow coming down and stuff. And this woman's probably 50 feet from us walking. And here I am, I'm trying to ride the bike, and I'm all over the place, and I'm yelling to my dad, I can't ride it, I can't do it. So the woman's passing, and I fell on the bike, and she's like, oh my God, you okay? I'm like, oh, I'm fine. And I'm out of breath at this point too, so my speech is not not how I normally talk. I'm probably, like I said, I'm out of breath from riding the bike, and I'm cold and everything, and I'm struggling. And the woman, she has like this big, beautiful smile on her face, and it's an older woman, and she's like, I think she's turning to my dad. It's like, I think it's so great that you did that for him. It's amazing. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And she walked away, and I thought nothing of it. You know, like, oh yeah, my dad got me a bike. It's cool. Later that day, like within 20 minutes of us going inside and stuff, and realizing that the frame was bent and everything, we both kind of realized that that woman pretty much thought I was retarded. Now, first of all, there shouldn't be any, it shouldn't be offensive to anyone. Being mentally retarded is not something to joke around about, but when someone is not mentally retarded and they're doing something and someone else thinks they're retarded, that is humorous, at least to me. So we realized after the fact that, yeah, big fat adult, I'm 20. It's not like I'm 5 years old trying to learn how to ride a bike, okay? 20 years old, out of breath, I can't talk right, I can't like ride the bike right, I'm struggling. This woman clearly thought I was retarded, and it was wonderful that my father got me a bicycle and we're trying to ride it in the snow on Christmas Day. So we laughed about that for weeks after that, and I thought it was really funny. Like I said, I mean, some people may take offense to that. You really shouldn't. There's nothing offensive about that. So it is what it is. I'll always remember the bicycle I got for Christmas, and the bike was returned, and I never got one after that until way later. When I moved out, that's when I got a bike, and that's when I actually lost weight. Yes, having a bicycle really helps lose weight, because once you start riding a bike, like if I take a walk down the street, you know, I start getting tired. I walk back. I have no choice. Like I have to get home. You know, I have to walk back. But when you have a bike, you start going, you know, 2, 3, 4 miles, and you're forced to ride those 4 miles back. You know, whatever it happens to be. So I tend to exert more energy when I'm riding a bike. So this spring, I'm gonna get another bike because the bike I have is all rusted out. Like where I live, a lot of people get bikes and don't use them, so they put them up for sale and you get them cheap and stuff. But you know, I think I'm gonna go and get a new bike when the time comes, so it'll last, because all the bikes I've gotten from people have been pretty crappy. You know what I mean? So yeah. So hopefully bikes in the future. But anyway, I thought that was a funny story.